What's up guys, it's Punk Guy here. Thanks for joining me back on my review channel. Now before we get into this review, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well to see upcoming reviews. And also add me on Instagram if you want, at this Punk Guy. I'll put a link down there. So let's get right into the review. So if you already clicked the title card, you already know we're doing Spanish Love Songs' third full-length album released on Pure Noise Records as well. Here it is. Brave Faces Everyone. Here's the front, here's the back. There's not really much to it. It's just kind of old guy looking back on life, I guess. Anyway, this is the follow-up release to 2018's Schmaltz album. If we're being 100% truthful here, this is not my wheelhouse of punk that I have a preference towards. Hot Water Music, the Menzingers, not really my thing. I also feel that this album is geared towards a younger generation of punk rockers, not my generation of punk rockers. This definitely has a early 30s to late 20s feel that they're directly talking to, especially with all the specific things that they're dealing with and the issues that are going on that I didn't really have to deal with. I'll explain that a little bit. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a universal appeal to it. I just feel that it definitely speaks to a younger generation of punk rockers. And as for the album itself, I wouldn't say it's full of catchy hooks and sing-along anthems and chants like that. I believe the music is written to be very simplistic, and I don't mean that in a condescending or negative way at all. And I really think it allows the lyrics to claim the forefront and really be the sticking point of the band.
I'm gonna butcher this.
Dylan Slocum's voice really emits the strongest of emotions with his vibrato-y, wavery voice, and he really does exude passion in his lyrics, not just really relying on his gut-punching, like, inner turmoil lyrics, but also having thought-provoking metaphors as well. It is really deeper than any novice approach to feelings, and it can cut deep. And what I'm basically saying, it's not some teenage, angst-ridden album, which I definitely think an older generation can misconstrue. Now let's get into the tracks. The track Generation Lost is one of these tracks I was talking about that really speak to a younger generation than me, the early 30s, late 30s. This is one that definitely speaks to them more than it speaks to me. Tracks like Loser 2, I would also put this on the list, which is also a great track. As an adult dealing with the economical turmoil in 08, the loss of jobs, loss of housing, and all that other loss of hope that went along with it, I dealt with that as an adult, but in the lyrics, they're dealing with this and seeing it from a child's point of view, them growing up in that economical turmoil. Time in my life, I was dealing with it as an adult. I couldn't imagine what they were going through, younger than me, as kids, seeing all this suffering that was going on and really having no hope. And that's why I believe it speaks to the younger generation specifically. Him writing about what it was like personally to go through this as a kid. When my family lost it back in 08, we swore it was just a setback. All we needed was to graduate and just ignore the fact that we were supposed to die poor, man. I think it's really easy to come off as whiny, but this band doesn't. It definitely comes off as cathartic and relatable to a lot of people that were going through that. The track Kick is definitely the most catchiest song on the album, or at least to me it was the first one that I gravitated towards, but it definitely has the most dynamic sound in range on the album. Lyrically, this track deals with friends getting locked up, having an addiction problem, and it really is a relatable song. I think everyone knows someone that can relate to this and what it is like for the other person to go through this. Brave Faces Everyone is the final track on this album, but also the title track of this album, which usually they put in the front, so I find it ironic, but I understand why. We'll get to that. It's definitely the most rockin' song on the album. The drums are amazing on this. Shout out to the drummer. It is, in a very ironic way, a positive song. But if I burn this place down, at least we'd have some heat. At least I'm seeing things more positive, because I swear to God I'm an optimist. The track really helps to round out like the overall message or theme of this album. The world is bleak, it might get worse, but we'll do our best to get through it. So in conclusion, I can understand why a lot of people won't like this album. In my circle of friends alone, they think it's weird that I like this album. But don't get me wrong, I do like this album. Spanish Love Songs is one of those bands I can't listen to all the time. God knows it's depressing. At the same time, that's also what I enjoy about it. This album and their previous album, Schmaltz, my favorite songs on here are the most depressing songs. Now I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 5 stars. And before I hear any backlash, because all over the internet everyone's saying this is the best album of the year, I will say that overall I do like it more than Schmaltz. I will say that even though it's not geared towards my generation, I found it appealing. And for this genre of punk that I really dislike, it really won me over. So it is a good album in my opinion. I don't know about the best album of the year. It's only February. Like I said, I'll just cough it up to a generation thing. This isn't one of those albums that's gonna pump you up, you know, you're getting ready for a show, you're getting ready, you put on some music, you're blasting it. No, this is definitely more of a sit at home, self-reflective, look at yourself in the mirror for hours, figure out what the hell's wrong with you type of album. And with that, the album set out what it accomplished to do. So it's a win-win for me. So that was Spanish Love Songs' new album, Brave Faces, everyone. What did you guys think? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? What was your favorite track? What was your least favorite track? Leave a comment. Let me know. And don't forget, give me a thumbs up on this if you guys like this, and don't forget to subscribe. And let me also know, too, what other album reviews you guys would like to see. Leave a message in the comments. And until then, guys, like always, I'll see you guys at a show! Thanks guys for watching that video. If you guys like this video, please click on the playlist if you want to see more reviews that I've done. Also, gear up, because in March we're doing Metal March. It's going to be all metal bands for March, so that should be fun. And until then, I'll see you guys.